Okay, and hello again, everybody. Let's jump right back on into another episode of Shapes.io. So if you remember in the last one, I left off here, attempting to do this by making use, or attempting to make a new shape by making use of our newfound wire layer and our newfound uh, 4-lane painters. So, a couple points. One, I did some looking into it and I found out that apparently uh, the 4-lane painters are actually extremely inefficient. You need a lot more dye to do things than you would for, say, a regular painter, or um, which we also, another thing that we have unlocked, which is no, that's the cutter. The double painter, where you only feed in one dye and you can dye 2 shapes. So I looked into like a super efficiently built thing, and as much as I like that, I don't want to just again copy a thing and be like, look at what I did. So we're still gonna kind of work on it just in our own way, nice and chill, and then I might show off at some point. Actually, you know what? Here, let's just show it off now. So obviously, it's easy to find like a lot of different resources. I think I found this one through Reddit. But so you'll notice there's a lot kind of going on right here. But let's just break it down into one section, and I can hopefully explain a little bit about how it works. And if you're playing along at all, maybe you can have the opportunity to play this yourself. So this is one basic block. You pretty much just I also need to reference it because obviously I didn't create this, so it's not easy for me to follow. But basically what happens is you feed in circles over here from the right side. This top layer does your red circles, the bottom layer does your white circles. They get all cut and all sorts of rotations and rearranged to be stacked on top of one another. And at some point through, you get one of... Ooh, that's actually really cool. That's something now I'm just realizing. So what they do is they make the same shape, and then each time you're rotating it, because every 2 rotations, it's going to bring you back to the first shape, since it's, symmetrical. So it's like you have one, and then you rotate it to the right, and then you put that same shape right on top of it, and that works, and then you rotate it again, and that works, and you rotate one more time, and you're good. And so that's what's going on over in this corner. So again, the double painter is actually what I think is the most efficient here, because you put in one dye and you can actually go through and get a lot more for your value. So I think I'll try and incorporate that into what I'm working on, just in like the casual. Again, like I said, I'm not focusing on super high efficiency. It's just, kind of relaxing and having fun. But so the double painters gives us 2 shapes for the price of 1 dye. Obviously, shapes are much easier to push in, especially with the white dyes, since you have to do a lot of combining. So this all lines up, then they come through here, and the top and the bottom are going to be doing the same type of thing. And then once we get to being over here, let's see. So gets cut, comes through here, these 2 pieces. So, okay, sorry. So this one slot is getting, and that's why the double painter makes sense, because 2 items are coming through, and then it's going to get split into 2 for each lane. So you take one set of corners, you make those, push it through, and then the same thing happens with the white ones down here. And then kind of as you snake your way through, you're just combining and combining. You make sure everything's rotated properly so they fit together, and then it comes up here and it does all the other fun combining, and then finally this is where everything's put together, and then the output's put up through there. And again, you can see that working here. So like I said, so each one, you get 2 shapes for the price of 1 die. This is always going to be loaded up. And then so what? So bottom left corner is then getting turned to be top left and bottom left and top right, which is how we end up here. Okay, and you do that twice, and then you rotate them all the same way. And they get, and the same thing again is happening with the red. I had the directions on me switched, but yeah. And then also hopefully, you know, showing this off can, if you want to build it yourself, you know, you don't have to go actually looking through all of the different you don't have to go looking through like different Reddit threads and stuff like that. And then again, here the end result, you get to see it all kind of come together, and it's running at max, which is 14 per second, at least on average. So now that I shut that off, I'm gonna jump back into here, and we're just gonna kind of chill out and see what we can do from here. I was like, since I've made these, you know, I'm debating about whether or not I want to, like, because obviously, you know, again, for efficiency's sake, I could do something, but why don't we just, like, get a little zany, and we can, so what, if we go like that, we can at least just get our first 2 layers, combine those, and then we'll at least be on to something. So, 2 fast these went. Yeah, those run kind of slow, but this is a start at least. But so I won't start on that. Hopefully everyone is doing well, getting prepared for it's a couple days before Christmas, so you know, I know a lot of people look forward to the holidays and stuff like that, and again, hopefully you're just doing well in general. And I don't know what I'm doing here. It's it's also a little late, so I'm just kind of vibing and trying to figure it out. I didn't do any of the math or anything on this either. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Sure. We're off to a great start. Yeah, for a lot of people, you know, this year is going to definitely be weird just because I need this backwards, actually. Let's actually go ahead and just, I know that this is the really lazy way of doing it, because all I would have to do is actually just, like, you know, turn it one direction. But we're gonna be lazy. That's okay. Because once we clear these, we can do that, and then okay, so now this is gonna line up properly. Let's see, what if we did I guess actually that would be interesting for feedback. Like, if you know, if you're watching this, would you have the potential of me just being like, oh, let me find like objectively some of the best solutions, and then just implementing those, and then like, you know, giving credit, or maybe have this as like a I was like, have something at least kind of like stocked up just to, you know, share and just be like, oh, here's how, you know, all of this works together and everything. Because like I said, in that other one, you know, I can have it max out my on the belt speed without, you know, getting 20 different strands of red and white dye and stuff like that. Oh, well, I guess if these are both running at 7, maybe we should just have 1, and then we can do the rest. I don't know. Let's try to focus on one thing at a time. My brain's not doing a good job of that right now. So we take you. And where's a good source of all 3? You know what? Sure. We'll go right here. Alternatively, like, you know, that might actually, like, I'm surprised I haven't had the idea before, but because I like playing this, it might be a good idea just to, you know, compile resources and then try to give, like, maybe even just shorter, like, tutorial videos on, oh, here's how you could do this item, and, you know, guides and stuff like that. Because I know that there's a little bit of speedrunning stuff kind of like picking up too, because I know the creator's been promoting it. Like the actual creator of the game has been promoting it, so there might be something kind of beneficial on that end. I think my big issue a lot of the time would be that I can't, I'm not as quick moving on things, but I like developing resources and, you know, kind of giving people the ability to learn how to do certain things, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that might be a good opportunity. And you know what? Let's go ahead and take those away. So we'll have you out like that. Those can go over there. And come down. Also, this number is going up, right? Yes, we are still actually delivering this to the base. Because I know I remember I forgot to do that in one of the previous ones, and obviously that kind of caused issues for us. But so let's see here. So we've got red dye coming down. And let's see. So now we can at least save a little bit of space for something like that. Red dye would come in through the top, and then we can put in our circles to the side. I'm not sure how I like this for routing things, just because... Yeah, well, so we'll need to grab circles from over here. So, go over and around. And then just keep on going over here. And now we got those and we'll figure something out. I was like, so we got this 2-lane painter. Like I said, at some other point, like I want to try and figure out, you know, other ways of doing things instead of just kind of copying from everything. But so say that we go in like that. I was like, so obviously easiest solution, you do that. And then if you want, you can, you know, split again. And then I guess this is kind of where like that idea of, you know, products can come in from the top. So maybe what if I did, we move this over 1. And then we can maybe push it in like that. So as this comes down, this gets pushed in, it splits into the two to then be used here. We come over and maybe do something like that. So it's like the red dye, comes in, and then we've got shapes kind of coming through and doing their own thing. So that's one idea at least. And obviously, should I be doing this while I'm like pretty tired? Probably not. But, who knows? Maybe I'll just come up with something just dumb enough that it'll work. So that's what I always strive for, is it doesn't have to be smart, it just has to be just smart enough. I say that and then I'm also like, what button do I press? Yeah, clearly this is a outstanding idea. Again, it would help if I actually felt like I knew what I was doing. But that's okay. I think at least since I kind of showed off, because I feel bad that we're what, already like 17 minutes in and we still haven't made any progress on making this shape. So let's see here. So we've got this coming in. I guess no matter what the distance is, it's not going to make a difference because I'm going to need to, I would probably need to belt over like that and then have to come down and around to something like this. I kind of just want a full send on something dumb like this because it's very it's very entertaining to me. So it was like, well, actually, be able to do stuff with this. It just I don't know, maybe I could do... Can I make it look okay? It almost kind of looks like a chain. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's got the pattern and then the center is the... Yeah, I think that is okay for sure. Why not? So it's like we've got those, and then I wonder if we do this, because then we probably just want to merge all of them together like normal. But we can use a speed detector. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I do one more, then we should be good. I was like, and it'll make sense that everything's working kind of like in that range of... Right? Yeah. So we do that. Sure, so we'll do those first. Unless... Because I was like, so I say that we should do this and then combine... Again, this is going to run into my problem where I was like, with a 4-layered shape like this, I'm just going to have to I'm gonna have to make 4 setups of making just this one shape. But if I keep these 2, then I technically only need to do 2 more, or I guess 3 more, because I could then put these 2 into one full lane. Then we can kind of maximize it. I don't know. How fast do these paintings work? I don't know. Let's just keep going on this, and then we'll do at least 1 row of production. Actually, let's get rid of you, and we'll bring this up instead. So boom, 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 boom. We'll bring up. And then, if we decide that we want to cut things, let's have it, instead of up and down, let's go left and right. So right now we can actually do a 4-lane cutter. I do think I might steal that idea from the other one though, where you can so this is our base shape, so we want top right, bottom left. So if we do top right, you go, that'll give us bottom left. So we put those 2 together. Oh no, wait. I am not thinking about that. We put those 2 together. And then we just need to rotate this one over. Put those 2 together. Boom. And we've got those being produced. So I think I'll just round it down to like 1.5. So if we have 14, we need 5 of these in a row to work. We might be able to get away with 4. I don't know. Let's try it out. So go like that. This will come over here. This can probably just come down. Do a little something like that. And just say copy and paste, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those should all start working together. And then that should be doing A-okay on its own. Yeah, and we got plenty. What happens if I cut that off? Because then we should be... Oh, oops. I didn't mean to cut all of those off. I just need to grab you right quick. Okay, so those are the 2 that I should cut off. And then okay, so sure. So we only need 4 of those. And now we just grab you. And we'll move you down like that. I need to grab some white dye, which is coming out over here. So when this comes in like that, and now I wonder if this would work at all. Or if we'll end up actually not having enough circles, which is what it looks like, maybe. Okay, so we're not gonna have enough circles, so let's actually just use a more circle. We don't have enough, so we'll just use more, yeah. I think ideally I probably want I don't know if it's ever better to just upgrade like belts so everything moves faster, or I don't know. Eventually we'll be upgrading everything, but I feel like probably mixing and painting are the best to do first. And also actually really like how they changed this part up too. Because the max amount of tiers go up pretty high, but the increases in speed actually become a lot more minimal once we start hitting this point. Which is nice because then it doesn't mean like you're constantly outpacing everything. Ah, that's right. So more circles. So we'll come. I guess, yeah, we'll just follow and then we'll tunnel down. So all the way over here, tunnel underneath, tunnel again, and then connect up. There we go. And there we go, so that's all looking good. They'll start giving us those that we need, so that'll be fine. And now what we do is we'll actually meet these both up in the center over here. Yeah, roughly the center. And we'll do a little something like this, where we rotate first. So that way we're not combining them improperly. And then we stack. So we'll do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although I think the stackers still operate on we only need 4 for it to really work, but that's fine. And then we can do this. Actually, you know what? It'll be kind of slow. Why don't we do, again, what I learned from that other one. I just need to figure out how to actually do it right. So we want you. Sorry, so we want 4. And then we want to take So these two, we want one to be our base. So we want the normal to be our base, where the top red is white. And then we rotate once. And you come like that. And then oh no. They're too close together for me to actually like do anything properly. Because we want this to be our new base. So we can this is atrocious. So we need to make so we need to do that to have a gap to then do this, but we need to make sure that we're actually stacking these right. Yeah, so then we would combine like that, and that's 3. And then we could come in like, oh, so we come in like that, and then we rotate this one, and this comes out like this, and voila, it's perfect. Not a train wreck at all. Oh, this is fun. I would like to apologize because I know that this looks absolutely awful. But here we are. I'm gonna double check to make sure I didn't just like run through a bunch of stuff, which I did not. Cool. And this is also very slow. Great. This is what I get for not doing the thing I could specifically do that would make it much faster. We're also only using 1 stacker per, which is slowing it down quite a bit. You know what? Here, why don't we revise this? So I'm sure I can make this faster. Unless that actually would keep things at an equal state. So I don't know, why don't we maybe do you and you together? So we just need the one that's rotated to be on top. Actually, why don't we rotate it up back here? Then we take you and we'll clear that out right quick. Okay, yeah, so no matter what, we're actually going to be kind of slowed down because we have to have... Okay. Well... I know the issue that I'm running into, but I just... And, yeah, we are still doing it wrong. Wait, hold on. We'll take... Nope. We'll take you. Maybe go like that. So what happens if we do, like, 2 of these? Because, like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna quickly, like, just still be doing the same thing. and we can come up like this. Because I don't know, how fast does this go? And this is also, because I was like, we should have plenty enough for this part. Just slowly seeing the number tick down. Yeah, so we're effectively only running like one stacker per. Well, I know there's been like really no progress has been made on this episode, so because I'm, like I said, I 100% understand that the way I have to do it, if I'm gonna do it my way, is it's still gonna come down to I need to make 4 of these shapes, and then it just comes to stacking them on top of one another. Which, you know, I think I'll still probably just do, just that way at least it's like, you know, what I did instead of being copy and pasted. But if that's something that, you know, you want to see, is just so I can at least kind of continue and keep going through content, because I think once we unlock everything, my main goal is then gonna transfer over to making, like, I think they've got like an everything machine you can make and all sorts of other stuff you can do with it. So as I'm ending things off, just leave a comment below and let me know if you have any feedback on that end. Like if you'd rather just see me kind of go through, or if you're just here because I talk to myself endlessly and all that fun stuff, or, you know, whatever works. Just let me know. Let me know if I can do anything differently, or how you kind of want to see things shape up. And yeah, I'll greatly appreciate that. So thank you very much for watching today. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like I said, comment any feedback or anything below, and subscribe to see when I release more content in the future. I will see you in the next one.